In the world of modern medicine, few advancements have held as much promise for transforming healthcare as the intersection of genetics and artificial intelligence. The human genome, a vast and intricate blueprint of life, has long been a focal point of scientific study. Yet, despite decades of groundbreaking research, genetic disorders, conditions caused by mutations in our DNA, remain some of the most challenging and persistent obstacles to human health. Diseases such as cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and Huntington's disease continue to impact millions of lives globally. These conditions, often passed down from generation to generation, are the result of genetic mutations, and for much of history, there has been little hope of correcting these inherited flaws. But what if we could not only correct these mutations but prevent them from ever occurring? Genetic algorithms, a revolutionary form of artificial intelligence, offer an unprecedented approach to identifying, analyzing, and correcting DNA mutations with a precision previously thought unattainable. These algorithms, inspired by the principles of evolution, may one day offer a solution to the genetic disorders that have plagued humanity for centuries. By simulating evolutionary processes on a molecular level, genetic algorithms hold the potential to not only cure existing genetic diseases but also to eliminate them before they even manifest, marking a dramatic turning point in the history of human health. To understand the significance of genetic algorithms in the treatment and prevention of genetic disorders, it is essential to first grasp the nature of these conditions. Genetic disorders are typically caused by mutations, or changes, in the DNA sequence that disrupt the normal function of genes. These mutations can be inherited from one's parents or occur spontaneously. In either case, they often lead to diseases that affect a person's health, development, and lifespan. For instance, cystic fibrosis is caused by a mutation in the CFTR gene, which produces a protein responsible for regulating salt movement in and out of cells. This mutation leads to the accumulation of thick, sticky mucus in the lungs and digestive system, resulting in chronic respiratory and digestive issues. Sickle cell anemia, another genetic disorder, is caused by a mutation in the hemoglobin gene, causing red blood cells to take on an abnormal crescent shape that blocks blood flow, leading to pain, organ damage, and a reduced lifespan. Traditionally, treatments for genetic disorders have focused on managing symptoms rather than addressing the root cause of the diseases. Although gene therapy has made some progress, allowing for the correction of specific genetic defects in limited cases, these treatments are often constrained by the complexity of the gene editing process and the difficulty of precisely targeting affected cells. Genetic algorithms offer a promising alternative to traditional gene editing techniques. These algorithms work by simulating the process of natural selection, where solutions evolve over time through mutations and recombinations of genetic sequences. Unlike conventional gene editing methods, which require precise targeting of individual genes, genetic algorithms can simulate entire genetic landscapes, rapidly identifying and correcting mutations with unparalleled efficiency. At the heart of a genetic algorithm is the concept of selection. The algorithm begins by generating a population of potential genetic solutions, each with slight variations. These mutations represent potential fixes for the genetic disorder in question. The algorithm then tests these solutions, evaluating their effectiveness based on predefined criteria, such as the restoration of normal gene function or the correction of a mutation. Over successive iterations, the algorithm refines its solutions, selecting the most successful mutations and breeding them together to create even better solutions. This iterative process mirrors the way natural selection works in the biological world. Beneficial traits are passed down to future generations, while less effective traits are discarded. For example, in the case of cystic fibrosis, a genetic algorithm could analyze thousands of possible mutations in the CFTR gene, evaluating each one for its ability to restore proper protein function. Through repeated cycles of mutation, selection, and optimization, the algorithm would eventually converge on the most effective genetic correction, one that could be applied to human cells to restore normal gene function. This ability to simulate and optimize genetic changes at such a rapid pace allows genetic algorithms to solve problems that have long plagued traditional gene editing methods. Moreover, because genetic algorithms are designed to evolve over time, they can adapt to new challenges and improve their solutions with each iteration, making them a valuable tool for tackling complex genetic disorders that resist one-size-fits-all solutions. While the potential to correct genetic mutations and cure existing diseases is groundbreaking, genetic algorithms offer even more profound possibilities: the prevention of genetic disorders before they have a chance to develop. One of the most exciting applications of genetic algorithms is in the field of genetic screening. Imagine a world where prospective parents can have their genomes analyzed before conception, with genetic algorithms identifying potential mutations that could lead to hereditary diseases. Through a process called pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, PGD, embryos could be screened for genetic disorders, and only those without harmful mutations would be implanted, effectively preventing the inheritance of genetic diseases from one generation to the next. Additionally, genetic algorithms could be employed to identify mutations early in fetal development, allowing for the correction of genetic defects before birth. In cases where genetic disorders are detected in utero, these algorithms could potentially edit the fetal genome, repairing mutations and preventing the onset of disease. The concept of editing the human germline, essentially creating designer babies free from genetic disease, has long sparked ethical debates. However, with genetic algorithms now making such interventions feasible, the ethical landscape of genetic medicine will undoubtedly require careful consideration. Despite the revolutionary potential of genetic algorithms in curing genetic disorders, this technology is not without significant ethical and practical challenges. The ability to edit human genes raises concerns about the unintended consequences of such interventions. Could these algorithms inadvertently introduce new mutations or cause unintended genetic changes that may lead to unforeseen health problems down the line? Moreover, the potential use of genetic algorithms for enhancement, pushing human biology beyond its natural limits, raises profound questions about what it means to be human. If we have the ability to design individuals free from disease, more intelligent, or even physically superior, at what point does genetic modification go beyond healing and veer into the realm of playing God? These are complex questions with no easy answers. As the field of genetic medicine advances, it is essential that these issues are addressed with a balance of caution and ethical responsibility. The stakes are high, and the implications for future generations will be far-reaching. Thus, it is crucial that this technology be approached with careful consideration and a commitment to the well-being of humanity as a whole. The precision of genetic algorithms in identifying and correcting DNA mutations is unlocking new frontiers in the battle against genetic disorders. Diseases like cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and Huntington's disease, once considered incurable, are now within reach of a potential cure. Yet, the promise of these algorithms extends beyond simply healing the sick. They offer the possibility of preventing genetic disorders before they even have a chance to take root, thus halting the transmission of hereditary diseases across generations. As we enter an era where genetic algorithms play an increasingly central role in shaping the future of human health, we stand on the precipice of a new era in genetic medicine, one where we have the potential to rewrite the very code of life itself. Whether we use this power to heal and enhance humanity, or whether we must confront the moral and ethical dilemmas of genetic engineering, the world of medicine is poised for a transformation that will redefine what it means to be human. The era of healing at the molecular level has arrived, and it holds the power to reshape the future of human health in ways we are only beginning to comprehend.